Hey everybody, my name is Désirée Oldenhuis and I have a data horror story for you to tell today. It happened almost a year ago in January 2019 um, when Microsoft decided to publish my analytics. What happened for me afterwards was an experience that I would like to describe as walking through a haunted house, opening one door and seeing another horror chamber. So I'd like to walk you through that experience briefly, but uh, insightfully. I'm hoping that you become as shocked as I am, of course. So first of all, I'll walk you through my presentation because I think I want to tell you something also about the product itself. What happened in 2019 is that Microsoft published something that was called My Analytics. And Microsoft does that all the time. Via Outlook, you have various applications. But what shocked me about this application was that I got an email via my work, via my employer for Outlook through 365. And I got an email stating, hello, your performance is being monitored for artificial intelligence. So as a security officer and, privacy consultant, I got curious. And this is how the case of My Analytics started. What I was looking at was a dashboard based on with artificial intelligence. We often think of the mimicking of a human brain, of actually one part of the human brain. That's either decision-making or monitoring or filtering. And that is what artificial intelligence is. And it's basically, and you develop an algorithm and you make subselections based on a large data set. That's artificial intelligence. What I looked at, My Analytics was a dashboard basically showing my own data. And what kind of data was it? Office hours. So what shocked me was the validity of this data. And the validity, my definition, is the extent to which you measure what you intend to know. Have an idea, I want to get to a certain point, and you're all researchers, so you understand this. And you have an idea of how to get there and what data you need to insert to get there. Okay, so what did My Analytics do and what validity were they after? Well, this is the product description. I copied it from the website. And you can see it here, and lack of control, what people want. People are unsatisfied with an unproductive meeting time. And employees report that their work life interferes with family life. Okay, what is then analytics? That is the problem. What is an analytics? It will basically solve that all by insights into how you spend your time. It then provides insights and tips that help you make your work smarter. Okay, that is a lot of promise. And how did it intend to get there? Well, it didn't say. It didn't say. So I had to look at the dashboard. All right. So what analytics intended to do was say something about the quality of work patterns and effectiveness of a working day. What it needs in order to do that is to have me assess something about that, or me as a person. But you can also imagine that that varies per sector. If you are a salesperson, you need to be on the phone all day. If you are, I don't know, working for child protection services, you need to be out there. You need to be on the street. Same for a police officer. So how would you do that based on the office hours that I put in? The phone calls I make are not registered in my calendar. So you guys are researchers. I hope you're already in panic running around through that haunted house and looking at this as completely invalid data setup. I mean, you all need to write a data management plan. This has not been done here. Okay. So that is the first point in which it is shocking. But if we look at what that tool is, I hear the blue represents my data that I have been putting in my work calendar for years. What Microsoft did was just generate that, just take that out, and basically showed that to me, the completely same data in an overview. That is not product development. That is just ripping out data that is, bound by contract, my employer's contract, and then showing that bypassing my contract employer, and then showing that to me, is represented in the orange box, and then there I need to tweak it so that it can actually start working. So I had to do the product development based on data that was Microsoft misused by contract employer. So what I did when I saw this, I stormed into my boss office and I said, this is not okay. Our data is being ripped. Has the contract owner been made aware? Our IT manager. We checked it. He wasn't not made aware. We checked our offices in other countries, Cyprus, UK, France. I said, have you been receiving this email? Yes, they have. But nobody was contacted beforehand that the data would be used in this way. So this might be a global incident of something that is sold off as artificial intelligence, but is basically a reporting tool, dashboard even. It's not even reporting. It's just taking data from one place and another, misusing of contracts, and misusing data that is contract based. I think it's the opposite of what research used to stand for. And that is why I think this is the most horrific thing I have seen in a long time. And keep saying Microsoft, but I can imagine this is just a small group working in a company. But then you think, I would have an active board of a change management board, controlling this. Because if you have a company, you sometimes with oversight that happens. So, this might be a department getting a bit rogue. But I think if you are a researcher, if you're seeing this is what happens with data that you put somewhere for free. That is a data horror show from a very, very driven privacy officer. And my conclusion is this: it was not valid. The insight could be generated with different data, but advice cannot be generated with this. And this is typical to data analytics. So I have been running through my haunted house, and what is really haunting me is that there has been no public outcry for this. So I'm still in the haunted house, and by sharing this with you, I hope you had some fun. I hope you got really, really spooked, and let's do our research together. Well.